And Hawkins as well has won his 2 matches today, both 3-1. But the main thing to say is that they've both qualified anyway for the playoffs. We know the 4 players in the playoffs because of just the way the group's worked out. It's these 2, Mark Davies and Steve Maguire. It's just a question of who finishes where now. So it takes a bit of the pressure off the players, knowing that. Well, Gould's really been going for his shots today, and he's been getting plenty. And there's another terrific pot. Didn't he cue that well? He's obviously feeling really good about his game right now. Took 24 minutes to beat Steve Maguire. A little longer, 38 to beat Dave Gilbert, but still 2 excellent wins. Gilbert, just to reiterate, has finished 5th. The relegated players are going to play each other, actually. Ali Carter and Zhao Guodong will be the last match. And then the playoffs at 6 o'clock UK time this evening. But Martin Gould first in the first frame. Remember, he's not lost a frame today.
7.
He's in fact made 5 half centuries in the 6 frames that he's won. Martin Gould, 37 years of age, ranked 27. Won the German Masters title 3 years ago in Berlin.
14.
So far his only ranking title.
15.
But very dangerous when his confidence is high.
$22. $23. Blue ball.
Green.
Green ball.
Well, he's nominating green. I think he's taking this on. Crashes it in. Hasn't quite worked out. He may be able to pot this one, actually. He's closest to. Past the other one. Well, now he's looking for plants, but not sure about that.
Martin Gould, 26.
Well, that's a terrific pot as well from Hawkins, who, as I say, is also 2 out of 2 for today. He beat Zhao Guodong 3-1, Mark Davies 3-1 in the morning session over on table 1. But they can both afford to be aggressive because, as I say, they're both qualified. So they're playing, obviously, for the money that's still available, but mainly for places.
Five. 11. 12.
'Well, Barry Hawkins has played his part in this year's Championship League. He came in Group 3. This is his 4th group in a row. Was runner-up, of course, this week in Group 5
19.
to Mark Selby.
$25. 26. 32.
So,
Barry Hawkins.
break
32.
ends at 32. He leads by 6.
One. Four. Five. $11.
Well, that was a nice kiss on the pink, which will put him 24 in front. So he needs 2 more reds here. Mark Davis and Stephen Maguire 1 each on table 1.
$18. 19.
As I say, black and red required. This a key little shot now, just dropping this black in along the cushion, which he's done. Barry Hawkins, the world number 7, quarter-finalist at the Masters last week, beat Sean Murphy before losing to Neil
26.
Robertson, highest-ranked player in this group. And looks like he's won the first frame.
27.
And he, in the end, has been every bit as aggressive as Martin Gould. As Gould started going for his shots, Hawkins did the same. And it's worked.
$32. 33. 40. Barry Hawkins 40 and the frame.
So a solid 40 from Hawkins to put away frame 1. And that stops Gould's run of winning all 6 frames.
Second frame, Barry Hawkins to break.
So Barry Hawkins leads 1-0. This is frame 2. Last match for these two in the group section.
One.
Well, help, he says, as well he might. He's snookered on every colour. And also the reds are fanned out and are available, so it's not just hitting one. That's hard enough, actually, but not leaving a red on is the next challenge.
Black ball.
So he's nominating black, but as I say, it's the double challenge. Hitting it first and foremost, but not leaving a red on is going to be tough. Well, he's done neither. He's neither hit it nor has he got it safe. So chance for Hawkins.
One. Six. Seven.
Well, he was in big trouble where he found himself after potting that red. Martin Gould snookered and concerned about leaving balls on, but he did, and Hawkins looking to take advantage.
14.
He was very positive himself in the first frame, won it pretty comfortably in the end.
15. $22. $23. $30. $31.
Well, now it's looking like a great chance to open a 2-0 lead. Just got to cut out any unforced errors, and you'd fancy him strongly. He's already 37 in front. That pink, not exactly clean, but still winning.
37. $38. $44. Sorry.
Yeah, Paul Collier's got to get the pink out, obviously. Put it on its spot. These are long days for everybody.
45. $50. $51. $58.
64 in front. Red and a big colour would be enough to leave Gould requiring a snooker. He's playing well here, Hawkins.
59.
And as I say, this is frame ball effectively. But only one snooker needed, so could have done with getting on that red, just to flick the pink. Full of contact, he might have been on the red to the right middle. Can play the double. Played it well, so that
65.
should now secure this second frame and a 2-0 lead for the Hawk.
$72. Barry Hawkins, 72 on the frame.
So he's broken down on 72, but was 78 in front. So Barry Hawkins, who leads 2-0. Let's see if Gould's fortunes can improve here in frame 3. Steve Maguire's gone 2-1 up on Mark Davis on table 1.
1. Four. Five.
Well, he's banging here, isn't he? And from what we've seen so far from Hawkins, you'd fancy him very strongly. I think the only problem there is that
11.
the black and the pink now are impeding one another. Could do with some sort of contact to, like that, just cannon the black to be on the pink, or vice versa. Anyway, he's on pink, so now, as I say, good chance to potentially win this match. Played well enough this afternoon to suggest he can do exactly that. Hawkins, one of these players who, you keep hearing people say is underrated, but the question is who underrates him, because if you've been watching snooker the last 5 years,
18.
you can't fail to have noticed he's one of the best players in the world. Proves it time and time again.
19. $25. 26. 32. 33. 39. 40.
So the pink puts him 46 in front. So realistically he'll need 3 more reds to leave Gould needing snookers.
$46. 47.
Barry Hawkins made 72 in the second frame. This for another half century.
$53. 54.
Just seemed to overrun that a little bit. Still needs another red off the pink. And he's not on it. He's run past the blue. Incredible. Snookered himself on match ball. Well, he's got safe reds, but he'd rather the match was over. He's going to have to play safe and hope for another chance, but that was a definite chance to win it. Just needed to avoid running past that blue, but in a snooker position, obviously not on the ready play for.
Barry Hawkins, 60.
Solid 60 then from Hawkins, but he's going to have to wait for another opening if he's going to win 3-0. Gould taking the chance to get everything out into the open, including the black. So that one shot poses danger for Barry Hawkins. I think he's taken the long red on, but if he misses, then everything's there for Gould. He's not missed. In fairness, he's not missed much. Still not quite there yet, though. 61 in front. The brown 65 with 67 on, so he'd need another red. Well, he's cueing really well, and this will make him feel good. If he can pop this one as well, it'll make him feel good going into the semis in around about an hour and 45 minutes' time. So this effectively for victory. And really impressive stuff from Hawkins. Gould came out frame one, going for everything. Hawkins seemed to think, OK, I'll play that way, and it's worked. He's made breaks of 72 and 60. He leads by 66 with 59 on, so 2 snookers required.
Barry Hawkins, 6.
Well, Gould's going to give this a go. Get rid of, I guess, 2 of the 3 reds here.
Eight.
Well, that was the plan, but he's going to leave this red in the jaws. Oh, it's dropped. At the very last second, it dropped. What a difference. Imagine if he wins the frame now. On the other table, it's 2-2, Steve Maguire and Mark Davis, so that's turning into quite a battle. We've still got one more match, Ali Carter and Zhao Gudong. Now, I would think he would want to keep this
24.
Last red on the table. Try and get the snooker in behind the black. Doesn't want the red in. Well, he's got the snooker.
Gould, 24.
Shouldn't be a free ball, though, even if he misses the red. It's 2 snookers needed, but this should not be a free ball.
Wow. Martin Gould 4.
So that's one of the 2 snookers that Gould needs. .38 in it, 35 on. Well, very thin contact from Martin Gould. Still looking for this second snooker, though. Yes, it doesn't help when you snookered yourself, but he's played this well. Controlled the cue ball nicely. Oh, well, I think he can. Well, he can come off the top cushion. I think there's a bit sticking out anyway, but he can come off the top cushion. Ooh, came very close to potting it. This red's not far away from the pocket. I mean, Gould could pot it. As long as he took a big colour off it, then, well, it'd have to be the black, actually. He could still win with one snooker, so that's what he's doing. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, that's surely the end. It's got to be.
Barry Hawkins 4.
Yeah, and there's the handshake. So Barry Hawkins has played well overall. A couple of half centuries from him. He's beaten